What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Sean CLOWNS, for coming through. I'm boosting up the coin, respect general. So, listen, we'll get to the video in a second. You can see Usyk on your screen. I do like Usyk. I really do like Usyk. I really do like him. And honestly, for his own greatness, I'm happy. I'd prefer if Dubois fills him in, but if Dubois can't fill him in, but as a go, Usyk's probably earned, well, he will have at that point earned, he's earned top revering. Yeah. Anywho, over the last few weeks, or ever since Fury got punched up, I've done a bunch of videos talking about Fury's size and how he's big for nothing. And you can see Usyk's face here. It's a violation, man. And look at this guy's face. He just mugging Fury off. The interviewer questions him and says, "Did you feel Tyson Fury's extra size?" And Usyk's like, "No, I didn't feel it." And starts smiling. It's a violation, man. It isn't. You big useless oaf heavyweights. I got no one to blame but yourself. That's what you haven't got no one to blame for. Yes, Usyk's good. Is he that good though? He can't punch, man. The heavyweight division is supposed to be about punching. If you can't punch, we walk straight through you. Yeah? It was almost, what's the word I'm looking for? We're not in there with Usyk. Maybe it turns out that it really hits hard. I'm sure Chisora said. Let's have a look here. Google. I'm sure Chisora said he couldn't feel nothing in there. And he walked straight onto him. That's what I don't get. Chisora's been chinned by Mr. Petted Toenails, David Hay. Yeah? And that was 10 years before he fought Usyk. So it's not like Chisora's got the best chin of all time or the best gas tank or... Do you know what I'm saying? He went in there and it was straight on him. So it can't be about the punching power. Yeah? You man have flapped it. And you got this dude now, the gap-toothed midget, you said he was that, laughing at you. In fact, before I get to... Oh, I'll do it this way. You've been cucked on the video for now, but that's what I meant for you. Chisora on Usyk power. Provide assessment on power. This will do, I guess. In fact, I think Usyk said... Let's have a look at some of these whilst we're here. Here we go. Neither of them have power, man. That's a violation. Let's have a look at all of these just quickly. Derek Chisora provides assessment on power of Tyson Fury and Usyk. He said both men don't have power, so it would be a good fight. Now you can say, well, YB, he's talking in jest. I don't believe so. Why? Again, the corny light-skinned dude, yeah, David, my toenail hurts, hey, knocked his ass out. Fury's had 3 fights, never knocked him out. Oh, but he stopped him. That's not a knockout. Sorry, it's not. When a man finishes on his feet, you ain't got the power to knock him out like Big Toe Hay did. Yeah? Big Toe Hay plastered him out. So it can be done. I'm sure someone else has stopped Chisora as well. Let's have a look at his resume. Where are we? Chisora. Box rec. I'm sure someone else has knocked him out more recently. Parker put him down 4 times. Parker put him down 4 times. Come on, people. Parker can't punch. Yeah? He can't punch. That's a fact. I hate to break it to you. He can't punch. For sure, he can't punch. Parker put him down. Dillian Whyte! That was it! Dillian Whyte starched Chisora. Starched him cold. Even though I had Chisora winning that fight. The ref starts taking points off. Chisora loses his form. Bash. The point is, if Dillian Whyte and David Hay and Joe Parker can put you down 4 times, / knock you out the other 2, cold. Chisora versus Hay was cold. Dillian Whyte was cold. If that can happen, number 1, your chin isn't that good. And number 2, you know what a hard shot feels like, right? And he's telling you Fury and Usyk can't punch. And to be fair to Chisora, he showed that. How did he show it? He walked... Yeah, he was getting pieced up. No one's disputing that. He walked straight at Tyson Fury the whole night for 3 fights. Yeah. He walked straight at Usyk all night. No knockdowns. No stoppage. So, this is the actual bottom line, people. Usyk can't punch. And still, Fury can't punch either, so it's a battle of the who can't punch the most. I think Usyk probably has more power than Fury, to be honest. It certainly looked like it. We knew Fury couldn't punch. The basketball player, that's his claim to fame, the basketball player. The only man who's ever stopped, if we're honest. He went life and death with Wallin. Life and death with Mbongo. So I told you that he can't punch. People were saying I was bugging. He can't punch. But Chisora said, it's a shame really, Chisora should have analysed who can't punch the most. I'd be intrigued to see that. Here we go. I've fought Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, but the hardest punch came like a baseball bat from war. Okay, this is Usyk's comments. Usyk is saying Chisora whacked him hard. Now we know, more or less statistically, yeah, that can't really be true, can it? I don't actually believe, punch for punch, Chisora hits harder than AJ. I don't believe that. What is the difference though? AJ shit himself for 24 rounds. Yeah? Usyk would jab him, he'd go, his head would go back, his leaky guard here, his head would go back, he'd be like, choking. His legs never went. Yeah, he fell into the ropes in the first fight, sorry, but he was knackered at that point. That doesn't excuse though. Okay, let's say they all get tired after 6 rounds. What happened to the first 6, folks? Yeah, or the first 4, or the first 2. I did a video the other day. Dubois comes out, faffing along. Watch that fight. Honestly, watch it. Even the commentators, they were saying, Dubois got to have a go at some point. You can't just burn all your gas getting boxed about. He spent all these cats, Fury, AJ, Dubois, spent all their rounds getting boxed up and scared to death. And yet Chisora, who's more limited, I'd say, than all 3 of them. I think Chisora punch for punch has more power than Tyson Fury, but taking in Fury's size, his height and his reach and his skill element and his speed element, it balances out. Yeah, AJ certainly is a more complete boxer than Chisora. Yeah, Dubois, all in all, is a more complete boxer than Chisora. The only difference that separates them 3 men, Chisora empirically is a worse fighter than all 3 of them. Why did Chisora had the closest fight. Chisora was most in the fight with Usyk than any of them 3 men. The rest of them, you could arguably, no joke here, arguably, you could watch Fury versus Usyk twice and AJ versus Usyk twice and Dubois versus Usyk. You could watch them fights and not give any of them man a round. You could do, arguably. Maybe that's not true, actually. Maybe Fury won the round 6 in the first fight, but it's that kind of thing. You can't do that in a Chisora fight. He definitely won round 1. He come out and bowling his hands over. That's why Usyk's saying, man, he whacked me. Because he had bad intentions. Crude. He's not the most put together, but he had crude, bad intentions. Why can't one of these big oafs, like Dubois and AJ, that same mentality and spirit, but in the, you know what I'm saying, more orthodox? Why not? Make it make sense. Because you got this dude here, he laughing at you big asses now. Listen to this here. Listen to this.
Organization me a fight, no problem. I'm ready.
Tyson Fury in round 5, I think, hit you with a body shot, and this time you didn't get hurt. Where did the extra strength come from? Because this time, you know, the round 5 I think was difficult for you, but then you came back.
I don't feel.
No? And did Tyson feel heavier? Because we don't know the real weight, but did he feel like when he was on you, leaning on you, was he heavier?
For me, no. I'm strong.
Okay, good.
Look at this guy, look at this guy. I didn't feel it, I didn't feel nothing. Nothing Fury did I feel.
Difficult for you, but then you came back.
I'm trying to get his face. Pause.
I don't feel.
No? And did Tyson feel...
Look at this guy, mate. He don't feel nothing, man. The very man who is very feel, He don't feel nothing from the big useless plumber for Morecambe. Didn't feel nothing. Look at this guy. It's honestly, yeah. There'll be enough heavyweight. What's the word I'm looking for? There'll be enough heavyweight kind of. What's the word? Cats who have passed over. They'll be turning in their grave. And it's not about, listen, Usyk's clearly, whether you think he should be a heavyweight or not, I don't, but either way, he's clearly a great. Yeah? No doubt he's a Hall of Famer. He's in that same realm as the individuals I'm talking about, turning in their grave. That said, there used to be some honour and some pride. I'm not going to have a little dude, yeah, sitting there giggling about how you're extra weight and I didn't feel your shots. The first fight was harder, he said. The first fight was... This was supposed to be Fury's big comeback. And Usyk sits here and says... I'll get the other quote up. Here we go.
No problem.
Okay. Was Tyson Fury harder this time in the second fight than the first fight? Was it more difficult?
No, I think first fight was hard.
Interesting.
For me.
Okay.
So for him, the first fight was harder than the second fight. I actually had... I guess given the knockdown or the 10 count or whatever, it's standing 8 count. And again, he must have... Maybe he felt... But Usyk plays it well, though. He gets hit with a big shot. And it's not the end of it. He's like... I wouldn't say he's... He does have some tells. He's not 1980s, 1990s hard. He's not 1980s hard. When you touch him to the body... Maybe he's cut that out recently, though. I haven't seen him do it so much anymore. But if you hit Usyk on the back of the head or accidentally, he'll look at the referee kind of thing. He's not... The old school man didn't do that. I rarely saw the old school man. Oh, my body hit me low. Or it's kind of like... I get it, it's a fight. So he's not... He's still new age to some extent. When he fought AJ, he kept pointing at his body. The shots was legal, man. He was digging you on the body, man. Stop crying. So you can't say he's 100% old school, but he's the best thing we got right now. North of 200 pounds. The best thing we've got at this point in time, proven. Dubois done something. He needs to rewrite the wrong. That's what he needs to do. Yeah, AJ was no good. Hrgovic was solid, but again, unproven. He got popped by Zhang. So we don't know how good Hrgovic is or isn't. Zhang's good though, but listen, he needs to right the wrong. Usyk's 40 million years old, so if you can't get it done at 28, you was never going to get it done, is the truth, right? If Usyk was 34, if you can't get it done, the point I'm making, Dubois has the chance now to go, yeah? And not in a nasty way, because I do like Usyk, it might not come across. For me, it's more about the normal order of life, yeah? That's what pisses me off. I don't see these... Fair enough, if Usyk was clowning these guys, yeah, and they was having a go, you'd just say, this guy's phenomenal, but I'm not seeing that. The argument is, well, he's doing something in there that no one else can see. I don't get it, though. I never saw... In top-level old-school fights, I never saw someone just choking time and time again. Do you know what I'm saying? Even when you look at people like Spinks and that, who got run over by Mike Tyson, they was cacking their pants because Mike Tyson was this pit bull kind of thing. Why are you, man, cacking your pants before you even got in there? It's not like these guys, yeah, come out. Chisora came out, bang on it, and did pretty well. None of these... Dubois came out, like I said, the commentator was saying, in round 1 or 2, Dubois' got to do something here. You can't just have a faff off with him for 12 rounds. So, I don't know. Are we missing something? Is he doing something that magical that you just can't put it on him? If so, he'll be the first dude ever in history you couldn't put it on. That's the truth. There's an argument, well, YB. Lennox Lewis, he was able to stink the place out and jab and grab, but that was more jab and grab. Usyk isn't jabbing and grabbing, to be fair to him. He's there to fight. He doesn't do a whole lot. In fact, rarely, maybe 1 or 2 times a fight does he clinch. So he's there. He's fighting. He's not stinking the place out like Vlad, for example, which makes it tricky. Oh, I can't... I'm a smaller fighter, so I can't get on him. And even then, you're a bigger fighter. The bigger fighters are the guys who normally can stink out the littler fighters by clinging onto them. So Usyk has to come in. He has to come in. He has to come in and get out over your size and reach advantage. Which leads me to believe Usyk is able to get in and get out before you, man, can even get a shot off on his way in. Usyk has to constantly, and that is what makes him phenomenal, to be fair to him. He has to constantly overcome distance. Whilst the other big heavy, all you have to do is sit there and wait for something. I guess he puts his lead hand out and he flaps it in your face and you kind of confused. I don't know, man. Just dig in. Accept. You're going to get hit with some slaps, man. Accept it. Accept it. I didn't see this kind of attitude with the old school. I didn't see them sitting there saying, oh, he stuck his hand in my face, so now I'm put off now because he's battling my lead hand, so I just want to stand here now and wait. Just didn't see a bunch of that. I saw a bunch of dudes standing right in the middle of the ring, working, getting hit with massive shots. Huge, big combinations, round after round after round. Usyk will never hit you with them combinations in terms of power. They're almost like brushing shots. This is documented. He's never stopped. He don't stop no one at cruiserweight or no one at heavyweight. So that is the evidence there. He doesn't punch that hard. They may be in volume, but get at it, man. Have a go. Have a go. There's no spirit of having a go. And you got this dude now, respect to him, because he's earned it. He's earned to laugh at these big, useless heifers. Yeah? He told Tyson, I didn't feel your body shots. You put 50 pounds on of bulbousness. You spent 10 weeks in Benidorm bulking up for this fight, and I didn't feel none of your shots, not even one of them did I feel. And number two, the extra weight you put on, didn't feel it. It's a violation, man. Imagine going into camp here and being like, yeah, I need to. Fury was saying it. He was saying, yeah, I know what I need to do now. This little midget's getting it. Imagine getting in there, your career heaviest, and doing nothing. I did a video on Sunday. It's not like there weren't opportunities. There was opportunities. Fury had Usyk on the ropes, and he'd just clinch and do some weirdo activities. He didn't really want to win. That's what's missing here, people. I'm sorry. Usyk might be great. Well, he's great, but how his level of greatness, yeah? He might be the greatest thing since sliced bread will be Daniel Dubois comes running at him all night, and he's still able to pull it off. Or Bacoli is running at him all night, and he's able to pull it off. You'd say, okay, I don't see what anyone would ever do at any time with this guy. He's just that guy. But when you got a bunch of flaffers in there, it begs the question: what happens when someone's hungry, like Chisora, like Bradis? What happens when someone's really trying to do him some harm? Which there are questions. We've seen it in round 9 with AJ. These are only individual rounds. You have to put it together. And that is one thing that Usyk does well, consistency over 12 rounds. These new age man have one good round and they're just finished. It's really odd. Dubois gets one good punch and he's finished. It's like, come on, man. Dubois didn't even break Usyk down. He just got lucky with that uppercut to the body. There was nothing else coming behind it, though. His feet are quick, and maybe that's a problem. You can't get on him, but didn't no one else in history ever have quick feet before? That's what I'm thinking. Did no one else have quick feet then? Is that what you're saying? It's all in their feet and you can't get on him. You got to walk him down. These type of cats with quick feet, you have to get in front of them with your hands stuck to your head and walk them down. And over 12 rounds, after about 6, their legs get tired and they get slower. I've seen Usyk slow. Watch the Fury 1 fight. In them last few rounds, his legs were hanging. He was moving better than Fury, but his legs was no way near as good as they were. That's what you got to bank on. Drain his legs. I'll tell you how you don't drain his legs. With him dictating the pace. With him boxing you up for the first 6 rounds, Dubois. AJ. That's his fight. He can do that all night. You got to press him. And even then, you might come unstuck. But what you hopefully not do is get him sitting here telling you, laughing at the fact you put weight on. That's embarrassing. That's bad. How many pounds was it in the end? Like, best part of 60 pounds. 55 pounds. Wow. 55 pounds.
British fans will want to know, you did 24 rounds with Tyson Fury, 24 rounds with Anthony Joshua. Which 24 rounds were harder together? Tyson Fury in round 5, I think, hit you with a body shot. And this time you didn't get hurt. where did the extra strength come from? Because this time, the round 5 I think was difficult for you, but then you came back.
I don't feel.
No.
Mm-mm.
And did Tyson feel heavier? Because
I didn't feel nothing, man. He didn't feel nothing. He can't punch for toffee. That's what he said in English. In English, Usyk said, this guy can't, this big useless heifer. Let me show you what a heifer is. Yeah? A heifer's a word they use in the States for big old, I'm not sure if they're milk cows, it must be milk cows. Heifer. Let's look at a heifer here. In farming, a heifer is a cow that has not born a calf or has born only one. This is Fury, yeah? A big old useless cow. What good is a cow that don't bore no calves? Useless. That's why I call him heifer. That word don't come from nowhere, folks. A big, useless, overgrown heifer. Not good for no milk, not good for no breeding, and damn sure not good for no boxing. Yeah? Just be on the grass, eating for the sake of it. Not keeping, what's the word? Not paying your keep. Yeah? Look at this guy here. This, I don't care what no one says. I'm not trying to get controversial here, but somewhere in Tyson Fury's line, they were shagging one of these for sure. That's where he came from. He's from the heifer line. Makes sense as well. He's got this bulbousness. Yeah? The only difference is Fury ain't eating no greens, man. At least the heifer's beating greens. He ain't no greens. He ain't Benidorm off the liquor. Off the moody Jippo liquor, man. Come on, people. You can't fight off the moody Jippo liquor. Stop playing with the moody hooch. The moody Jippo hooch. That's mad. That's proper mad. Anyway, I really don't want to get... I don't want people to think that I'm hating on Usyk, if that makes sense. It probably sounds... I don't care how people take it. I'm not hating on him. Yeah? There is an argument, though, over the last few years. I've been constantly saying, yeah, this guy's going to fill him in. Listen. It's not my fault. Yeah? I really do want to give Usyk his greatness. But at this point in time, no one's turned up. And I'm sorry, evidently it's not because he's that good. They've just all cacked their pants. They're all soft and low T, beta athletes. That's what they are. None of them had a go. None of them had a go. It can't be that hard. Guess what? Oh, YB, it's really tricky with him in there. It might be tricky, yeah? Why haven't any of you come out on your backside? Right? If it was that tricky. Oh, it's so tricky. I'd get it then, right? We'd all sit here and say, okay, no, man, you can't even faff with Usyk. He can knock your head off. But how is he? Can't be that good. Because if he was that good, he'd have took your head off. Every single one of you. Right? So it tells me he's not that... For me, someone who's that good, it's like, wow. He boxes with you and he knocks your head off. It's like, oh, that's a nasty piece of work there. These guys are leaving the ring. Their face is more or less clean. And none of them are knocked down or knocked out. The bar just jumped on the floor because he was tired. He wasn't knocked out. Fury, none of them... It's that whole thing that... It just... What can I say, man? I want Usyk to be given the opportunity to be truly great. Not his fault, even if the rest of these bums don't turn up here. It's not his fault. And maybe he is that good. Maybe these guys are coming in red hot and he just turns them off. Not really. Let's break it down here. AJ was coming off a stinker win against Pulev. AJ put Pulev down in like round 1 or 2. And it took him 8 rounds to finish off 50-year-old Pulev. Seriously, it sucked. At the time I said that. This fight sucked. So a man who's fighting a 50-year-old man, and you've just put him down really early, and you're making a meal of it, that tells you he's not all there. Right? If you couldn't walk into Pulev, you're never going to walk into... If you can't walk Pulev down, someone you knocked down in round 2, you're never going to walk through Usyk. So, the writing's on the wall there. AJ was never going to turn up and be bang on it. Not Usyk's fault, but that's the truth. Fury, when life and death with Mbongo got put down, even Mbongo put Fury down. Yeah? Life and death with Mbongo. That's what Fury had to say. He lost that fight as well. So Fury coming off a loss to Mbongo and getting put down, goes in there with Usyk. Can we expect him to walk through Usyk? Not really. Sorry. Dubois, what was he coming off at the time? Dubois was coming off knocking some bum out, to be fair. Complete bum of the month campaign. So forget about it. You see the narrative building up here. Yeah? You got Chisora, has a go. The rest of these guys, they was never likely to have a go. And even then, AJ won 4 or 5 rounds and Fury won 4 or 5 rounds twice. These aren't blowouts. These aren't 10-2 fights. They're Usyk 8, Fury 4. They're them kind of fights. And that's with 2 useless heifers in there. Good for nothing. Big for nothing. You put a little bit of... I'm walking straight in. Even the optics of it. Canelo can win rounds, yeah. Just by walking forward. Tank Davis can win rounds just by walking forward. Having a go. People like to see that. If you see one guy running around the ropes like in Chisora, when Usyk fought Chisora, they like it. So it's a strategic thing as well for the cards, even if you aren't able to stop him. It's a strategic thing. I'm going forward. This little dude can have to run around the place. That gives you the advantage on the cards. Look at Beterbiev. Beterbiev allegedly landed less shots than Bivol did. What made the difference? He was trying to make a fight of it. So irrespective of whether you're trying to stop Usyk or not, you've got to be coming forward and holding and setting pace. Because so far, I've watched 5 fights, and every single time, more or less, it's been Usyk setting the pace. It's been a one-pace Usyk fight the whole way through. Consistently. There may be the odd round, like AJ in round 9. There's been no proper committed, I'm coming in, man. I'm coming in. And I'm expecting to take shots. Look at Tank Davis. Look at Canelo. Even though they win fights, yeah, they often come out with their face marked. Or whatever. That's how it goes, man. You put your chin down, you put your hands up. Especially against someone who can't punch. When Canelo don't respect someone's power, he just not no problem. He's not scared to do it. So I guess you're saying, oh, but Usyk really hits that hard. But why did Chisora? Chisora was gassed as well after a few rounds. He's been shot. How was he able to wade in? Make that make sense. How can an old man he's probably... Chisora in boxing years is at least 58, right? How can a 58-year-old man walk in and have a go? But you, man, are politicking. Is Usyk that good? Or have you, man, all flapped it because you're no good? You're hype jobs. The bums of Britain. Now, Dubois is young enough to come again. I just really hope that he tightens his defense up, man. He's too leaky-deaky right now like this. Too leaky-deaky. Get your elbows in, get your chin down, and you press this guy. No, but literally, seriously, yeah, all jokes aside, if I was training Dubois, we ain't taking... Genuinely, I'm not even joking. I'm not even just saying this. We ain't going back once. Not once. Watch Canelo versus Triple G in the number 2. Watch that fight. In the first fight, he came out boxing and on the back foot. That really made Canelo's career. Canelo was having a bit of an average career, if I'm honest. He wasn't that exciting. He's a boxer. What would you call him? A boxer puncher. And it was that Triple G2 fight completely changed it for him. He went in there and had a toe-to-toe fight. In fact, Triple G came out boxing. That's what happened in the end. Canelo was the one walking in, holding his feet. It's a psychological thing. When you get on your bike, yeah, it is a concession, ultimately. And Carrot Top, Canelo, he understood that. And ever since that point, ever since Triple G2, he's coming straight for you. Yeah? When these cats like Billy Joe, who likes to run around, and Plant like to run around, obviously Usyk's leagues above. It's the same principle, though. You got to wear his legs out. You don't wear his legs out when Usyk's the one in the middle of the ring. I watched it the other day. Watch Dubois versus Usyk again. Usyk's in the middle of the ring and Dubois getting backed up and Dubois going around the outside of the ring, getting the miles in. Danny, yeah? The miles you put in training, you ain't supposed to be running miles. When you're going around the outside of the ring, that's burning pure leg energy, especially for a big heifer as well. Usyk's in the middle, just following you around, doing minimal steps for most of it. So really, that's what Usyk has shown. If you look at particularly the Fury fight, Fury won, he turned into a pressure fighter. There's a reason for that, people. Pressure busts pipes. There's a reason the out-and-out boxers decided, you know what? These big Usyk heavyweights, they don't want to fight. So why am I going to run around the place for? I'll just put it on them. That's what he does. He puts it on you, man. You let him put it on you. How could you let him put it on you? Okay, maybe you get tired. What happened to the first 4-6 rounds then, Tyson Fury? Yeah? You weren't tired then, so make that make sense. You came out conceding the racing line from the jump. All these men did. Dubois did as well. From early rounds. You weren't tired in them early rounds, and yet he's the one setting the pace. He's the one setting the pressure. Obviously, Usyk's good because he elected to do it, but that's a strategic decision you make. Usyk came out in that Fury fight, Fury won, and said, I'm not going back. And very rarely did he go back. He said, I'm going to be all over you. So, riddle me this. If Usyk, a 200-pound man who couldn't punch at his own weight class, can get it in his mind, I'm going to walk into this 6'9" heavyweight all night. Why can't you, big heifers, get it into your mind, I'm walking straight at him. I'm not going back. If he comes forward, I'm tucking up. And I'm trying to drill something down the middle. Meet him with it. He's the one who's got to commit and overcome the range and whatnot. Yeah, he's quicker, so he's got... Let him work it out, man. Let him come to me. If he comes to me, he's getting something. That's how Dubois caught Usyk the first time. The problem was it wasn't consistent enough. It was a pot shot. It was a lucky shot. I'm going to be honest. He didn't earn that. It was a lucky shot. Super lucky shot. He didn't break Usyk down. It was lucky. He didn't deserve to win that fight, if I'm honest. Bottom line, even if it wasn't low, for me, he still didn't deserve to be the winner. From what I saw, he deserved to lose that fight. You shouldn't win fights with a pot shot. I don't believe. He didn't earn that. He lost every round, more or less. He lost every round. Listen, if Usyk can sit there on YouTube laughing at you big old oafs, you man can lock in. Get it in your head, I'm going right at him, by hook or by crook. He might beat me, but he will have had to have taken one of the biggest whoopings of all time to beat me. I'm going punch for punch with him. If he can slap me in the mouth, that means he's right there. He's smaller than me, he's got to be right there. I'm meeting him. The minute I feel him touch me somewhere, whap, I'm letting something off to let him know. What's the point being a big oaf for if you're not going to meet him? These guys, AJ and Dubois, they're like, oh. They get a jab, the head goes back, it's like, oh. They're literally choking half to death. Seriously, I've seen it. Watch it back. Watch them fights back. AJ gets jabbed and it takes about a minute to reset. I'm thinking, this is unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe. Click off the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this. Some people stop it.